When I flipped the switch, everything started flowing. Now I'm 192, 193. Abs is here, you see it? I'm a firm believer if you look good, you perform good. And EHP has not only helped me physically, but mentally as well to take myself to the next level. I grew up doing martial arts. I did Taekwondo for 5 years. Then I played football for 10 years. And after retiring from football in 2016, I said my life started to change. I took a spiral downhill. There was an event that made me take fitness a lot seriously. I would say it's January 3rd, 2017. That was the moment that I looked at myself in the mirror and I saw that I was literally destroying myself. Partying, drinking, smoking, doing things that I shouldn't be doing, hanging around with people that I shouldn't hang around with. It all started to show in my face, in my body, my energy, my eyes, and I was really disgusted with myself. So that's what the moment that I looked and I was like, man, things got to change or it's going to be worse. The very next day after I decided to change my life was probably the hardest day ever because I had no routine. I had no clue and understanding of what to eat, what to do, the habits that I was doing. All I knew was that I had to move. So my biggest thing was I have to do something. Even if I don't know what I'm doing, it's something. I have to get out, I have to walk, I have to run. I have to try to use my background, which comes from football and martial arts. I had to use that into like my regimen before I even knew how to change a body. I would say being an athlete was very hard, it was challenging, but it's rewarding because it taught you discipline, it taught you structure, it taught you routine. But when that season is over, when there's no more football, when there's no more martial arts or no more type of structure, you lose your structure. And since I had retired, I had no structure, I had no routine. I was just flowing throughout the days, going throughout the motions, and it left me with a lot of time, and with time, you get in trouble. A pivotal moment in my fitness journey when I felt empowered was when I actually changed my life. When I made the decision and then when I started to see the results after making the decision. So it took about, I would say, 3 weeks of a full detox till I started to see some little results, and then a full 6 months until I saw a full package. That let me know that I was on the right track. It took time, but it was absolutely rewarding. During my fitness journey, I first heard of EHPlabs, I believe in 2019. I kept seeing them a lot on Instagram. I was never a person to take supplements, had no clue or an understanding of what the supplements were and how to use them, but I was definitely seeing other people using them, so I was curious. EHP prides themselves on the cleanliness and the transparency in their products in terms of ingredients. So once I started learning more about ingredients and things like that, it made me trust that this brand was going to be the brand for me. One thing I love about EHP is that they trusted me. They trusted me as an athlete, they trusted me as a human and as a person to promote their brand. That says a lot to me and my character because they don't just choose anybody. They choose somebody that they trust, that they know that they can present their product to the world in a respectable manner. One of my favorite moments with EHP was actually traveling to Houston and meeting the team for the first time. I'm not usually a traveler, so it was great to be able to get out. But the thing that stuck out to me most was meeting with the men, and we connected spiritually. It was something that I've always been praying for. I needed a community. I needed somebody to love and to trust, and so I can understand and to bring me closer to my spiritual nature. And so all of the guys that were in the vicinity happened to be very spiritual men, and it just helped me develop a relationship that I was longing for. I started using EHP products to help me in my fitness journey. Starting January 1st of this year, I was using OxyShred and L-carnitine, and it helped me tremendously in my cardio journey because, like I said before, my biggest thing was to move. When you stop moving, you lose everything you gain. And so I started moving, I started using L-carnitine, I started using OxyShred. I started putting more effort into my fitness life and taking my life more seriously. And now I'm 192. I'll tell you, January 1st, like my abs were almost gone. I was going through some mental stuff, family things and a whole bunch of stuff. And I thought I was a lot mentally stronger than I am, and I wasn't, and I just needed to get grounded again, making sure I'm reaching out to people who can also help me mentally. When I flipped the switch, everything started flowing. Now I'm 192, 193. Abs is here, you see it? I'm a firm believer if you look good, you perform good. And EHP has not only helped me physically, but mentally as well to take myself to the next level. When I started my fitness journey, I never believed that I would be able to inspire and have an impact that I have now. I only started because I just wanted to document my own journey. I saw myself and I figured if there was a way that I can just document it and just show my progress, maybe it can help somebody else. Not knowing that, 5, 6 years later, almost 1 million followers later, that people will actually be inspired and want to change their life because I have changed my life. They understand that oh, if he can go through something and get past it, then so can I. And I believe that is the biggest impact that you can ever give somebody. It's not what you can do for them, but what they see that you do, that they know that they can do it themselves. It gives them the empowerment. If you are just starting your fitness journey, I would say what you need is protein. The vast majority of people do not get enough protein. And so if you could choose any product right now, I would say get protein first, because that's what you need for recovery. That's what you need to get bigger, what you need to get stronger. When it comes to the EHP products that I use on a daily basis, I will use L-carnitine, Isopep, because of the digestive enzymes in it. I have a gut problem, I would say, and I tend to bloat when I use anything milk-based. So I don't use the OxyWhey as much. I do make my protein pancakes with them, but when it comes to recovery and things like that, I use the Isopep. I have a Oxy Shred, I use the Oxy Greens, Oxy Reds, and I use Oxy Gold because it's the marine collagen, and I like to look pretty. It's good for hair, skin, and nails. The biggest advice I would give to someone starting the fitness journey is stay consistent. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. So I would say when things get tough, things get hard, just remember why you started. Don't ever give up. And you won't see the results right now, but I'll tell you, it's just the inch rule. You keep going. 1 inch is enough to cover the universe. So you continue to move forward no matter what.